Now, this is quite a discovery. Fragments of a biblical scroll, along with other relics, have been found.
Archaeologists have made a shocking discovery that changes everything about our known history and the world around us. A 5,000-year-old book has been found which has stunning details of astronomy. It tells of people who came from a star constellation and bred here, resulting in a new species and conflict in the past. Stay tuned to know what is that constellation and where they lived here on Earth.
The Book of Enoch is forbidden from modern Christianity, as it contradicts the principles of the modern Orthodox Church.
The Book of Enoch tells the story of watchers from the sky and a species of giant humanoids called the Nephilim. Who were the watchers and where did they come from in the sky? What happened to the Nephilim? Did they escape into the sky with them? According to the Bible of Jesus, original sin was caused through the partaking of the fruit of knowledge by Adam and Eve. However, the Book of Enoch tells the story of watchers, angels from the sky, who introduced sin into this realm, and then came a demonic species of humanoid giants called the Nephilim. Thus, the story of origins are different in the Christian Bible and the Book of Enoch. What is further shocking is that it is forbidden even by the Jews, as it contradicts with their teachings of the Torah. The Book of Enoch is found in its completeness only in the Ethiopian Church, where it is still preserved and accepted. However, it is not accepted elsewhere. Thus, as the majority of people had their own different beliefs, they banned the book. However, what if this book contained account of visitors from the sky who were actually from other planets? Can those visitors return, or are they here already? Enoch, a mysterious figure. Enoch does appear in the Bible, and it is stated Enoch walked with the Elohim, and then he was no more, for the Elohim took him. However, it is also said that Enoch never had to go through death. If he never died, then how was he taken? How did he travel, and where was he taken to? The Book of Enoch tells the story of 200 watchers or angels sent to watch over humanity. The watchers descended to earth in the days of Jared, the father of Enoch. Jared was of the 6th generation from Adam, or the first man. The watchers conspired to take wives and have children with human women instead of watching over humanity as the watchers were supposed to do. They also taught humans various sciences and skills. The watchers' desire for female humans was born from lust. The intermingling of watchers and human women resulted in the Nephilim. These giants were violent and destructive individuals who had no regard for life. The rebellion of the watchers resulted in them becoming fallen angels. Some of the watchers also taught the humans forbidden skills. Azazel, for instance, taught men to make swords and knives, and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. This science sounds innocent enough and correlates with many modern practices and fields of study like medicine, astronomy, cosmetics, and defense. However, this led to hedonism, and people became ungodly, corrupt, and violent. It was, however, not only men who were violent. The offspring of the watchers and human women, the giants, consumed whatever men gathered. When humans could no longer sustain the giants, they started feeding on humans too. The giants then turned on the animal kingdom, and eventually on one another. God denied their supplication for mercy. First, many giants fought against each other, and the remaining were destroyed in a flood. God instructed a selection of archangels to bind the watchers and cast them in an allocated part of the underworld that is called Tartarus. The fallen watchers were to remain there until their final judgment. The giants are found in many ancient civilizations across the globe. Daidarabachi came from Japanese mythology. The Danavas came from Hindu mythology. The Jotun came from Norse mythology, and the Titans came from Greek mythology. However, where are they now, and where did they or their ancestors come from? Many of these ancient cultures are now perished. However, one of them is still alive and has some shocking details about these questions. In the ancient Indian texts, man-eating giants are called Danavas, and their origin is described as follows. In these texts, the mother of demons is named Diti. Diti, who later becomes mother of Danavas, is married to Kashyap. Kashyap is one of the 7 great sages of heavenly planets. These 7 are the prime sages that guide denizens of all the heavenly planets. During his time on Earth, Kashyap used to stay at the shore of modern-day Caspian Sea. The Vedic text suggests that by his name the sea was called Kashyap Sea, which has now become Caspian Sea. The specific planet where Kashyap generally stays is also mentioned. One day Diti was infatuated with great lust in daylight. Thus she approached her husband. Kashyap said this time is of the evening and is inappropriate for such acts. However, she catches hold of him, and due this inappropriate time, she begets 2 demons in her womb. These 2 were born as Hiranya Aksha and Hiranya Kashyap. Hiranya Aksha becomes very gigantic and does too much mining, due to which Earth falls off its orbit and there occurs a great flood. Then Lord Vishnu takes a ginormous avatar called Varaha and reorbits the Earth with his gigantic tusks. God or Vishnu then kills the demon Hiranya Akasha. However, his brother Hiranyakashyap survives and rages on the people. When we see the relics of the past, we find many monuments which would be impossible to build by normal men. However, if there were giants, these monuments could be easily built by them, such as the Stonehenge in England. If these stones were smaller, we would simply say that people have just balanced stones to pass their time. However, these stones are massive. This is not a complex or intricate structure, hence we can tell it wasn't made with much advanced technology. But then how were they built? If only there were giant people and these stones were just regular pebbles for them. Similarly, much is unknown of the pyramids. Who carried these massive rocks to the top and how were they placed as the height increased is unknown. Another great mystery beside the pyramids is the Sphinx, which appears as a half-lion, half-man. What Egyptians called the Great Sphinx during its prime still remains a riddle, because the word Sphinx originates from Greek mythology some 2,000 years after the statue was built. It's also unclear in what regard Egyptians held the Great Sphinx during the Old Kingdom 2613 to 2181 BC, as there are few texts that discuss the statue. Is it an unknown species? More on that later. A mind-boggling evidence was found in a 5,000-year-old book called the Mahabharata, or the History of Greater Bharat, where it is described that giants do construction work. The shocking amount of detail and evidence which was never before revealed is the address or location of the 7 great sages. The planets where the 7 sages stay are at the Ursa Major constellation. This is undeniable evidence that the sages stay on other planets and are thus extraterrestrial, to say the least. What happened to the giants later and where are they now? Hiranyakashyap survived and had a son called Prahlad. His son Prahlad, however, is very pious and goes against his father. Prahlad becomes a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. His father tries to kill him in various ways. Further, Hiranyakashyap had obtained that no human, animal, or god can kill him. Then Lord Vishnu assumes an avatar of half-lion, half-man. Such figures of half-lion, half-man are present across all cultures. Later, this avatar called Narsimha kills him and makes Prahlad the king. Thus he becomes the new king of the giants. Prahlad then guides the giants to a better path of worshipping Narsimha and lives on another planet with them called Harivarsha. This planet is located pointing upwards from somewhere in the north of the Himalayas.